Commander Legends is on the horizon. This product is going to start previewing on October 26th and will be released on November 20th, but I think it's about time we go over what we know already heading into preview season.
Yeah, so the idea with this video is we're going to talk about everything going on as of right now, which is October 7th. We're going to talk about all of the things that we think you should know. If you don't know, well, you're in the right place. The video starts right now.
Special thanks to our Patreon supporters who power our channel. Check out our Patreon for monthly giveaways, exclusive content, and even a starring role in our fan fight series. Link in the description below.
For a limited time only, if you join the Patreon at any level, you will receive a holographic Jake and Joel Are Magic logo sticker. Link in the description below. Hello and welcome to the day.
Thank you for spending your time with us.
I'm Jake.
I'm Joel. Welcome back to another episode of Jake and Joel Are Magic. We're going to talk about Commander Legends, go over everything we know so far, but first, if you like the video by the end of it and you want to stay up to the minute with Commander Legends stuff as it is revealed, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out.
It's the best way to support the channel with just the click of a button. We have a lot to get into today. We're going to talk about the release. We're going to talk about some of the cards that have already been revealed. We're going to speculate a little bit, and by the end of the video, we're going to want to hear from you. Let's get into it.
Commander Legends, I think, is one of the most highly anticipated products that I've ever seen released. It is their draft innovation product for this year, so like Battle Bond or Conspiracy. This year, we're getting Commander Legends. What it promises is a draftable Commander experience. Each booster pack is going to have 20 cards in the pack instead of the standard 15, and as you draft, you're going to draft 2 cards at a time, with the goal being to draft a 60-card deck with a commander or commanders, since they are bringing back the partner mechanic. So it's having 58 cards and 2 partners, or 59 cards and your commander. Jake, to say that I'm excited about this product is such an understatement.
Yeah, and I'm very excited about the product as well. It's kind of a bummer because I know it's going to be difficult getting people into the LGS in order to be able to play this to its full potential. But yeah, to say the product is highly anticipated is an understatement. You know, we're going to have collector boosters coming out of this product, where normally collector booster has been themed around a standard set. Instead, this is going to be themed around commander-centric cards. Yeah, it's going to be pretty wild.
It's going to be nuts. You are going to be able to play it in paper, obviously, if your local game store allows. The other way to play it is MTGO. They've said very clearly that they will be offering the same draft experience on MitGo that we are supposed to be having in paper, you know, dependent on the state of affairs by then. I know for me, I will be buying boxes of this to sit on my shelf to pull out in the future, you know, much like Battle Bond or Conspiracy has
I thought you were going to say like an evil finance investor.
I'm going to sit on millions of boxes of this.
Just gonna,
as smart as that might be, that's not how I interact with products normally. I do, though, look forward to having this sitting around so that in the future, a group of people that play Commander and want to draft Commander Legends can absolutely do that.
So the biggest difference is you're going to be drafting 2 cards per turn instead of 1 card per turn. So the draft experience is going to be a little bit more chaotic and a little bit like more focused.
And you're going to have to be drafting a Commander deck. That's just nuts to me.
It's going to be crazy. But 2 cards per turn is very notable, and that's the biggest difference. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of these new cards, and we're going to go ahead and look at Prosh now, and this is essentially a new level of rarity.
Okay, so what we've got here is the replay that Gavin, the lead designer on Commander Legends, showed us after the first big preview day. Jake, look at this card.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Anybody playing Commander, we always talk about the pimp factor. What is the coolest, most badass card? What is the best in slot as far as visual appeal? Did you have to outsource an artist and have your card flown overseas for some like weird little artistic thing? Did you pull the masterpiece version out of some sort of Battle for Zendikar box that has 0 value other than Ulamog? Or did you get it out of, did you get your commander out of the new Commander Legends collector booster product, that's where we're going to find these cards. We're going to talk about those box prices, so make sure to stick around. But let's talk about this card. What do you think of it?
Yeah,
how do you feel about this?
It's interesting. Earlier in the year, I had an interview with friend of the channel, Vorthos Mike, and we talked about how far out they could take the Godzilla promotion for Ikoria. That was the focus of that video. But what are the natural evolutions of this? Since then, we've seen full licensed IPs come out, be very controversial to some people. Now with Commander Legends, we are seeing a different type of foiling, and we talked about that in the video. It's so funny. We speculated about, texturizing cards or different foiling. For this, I'm pretty sure it's been confirmed that this is not a texture. This card will feel the same. It's just going to look different on its face, as you can see here.
And as far as I know, the border will be scratch and sniff.
Yeah, absolutely. The flavor, I think the smell that you get is going to depend on which way it's tapped. You can it's chocolate, I think, when it's straight up and down, and when you tap it, it actually smells like peanut butter. And so you've got this great etched foiling scratch and sniff thing going on.
I thought it was going to be like either strawberry or pepper.
Oh, yeah.
We'll have to see once we have the cards in hand.
It'll be different for whatever color, the Commander's is. Like, this is Jun, so we're looking at chocolate peanut butter. If we've got an Is It one, it's going to smell like fresh laundry, I'm pretty sure, plus Hot Ocean Day. I've heard that maybe margarita.
Ocean Day.
Yeah, Hot Ocean Day, man. You've never heard of that scent?
No, I've heard of that. I just didn't think we were going to bring it up today.
Yeah.
Hot Ocean Day. So yeah, this card looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I'm excited to get these cards in hand. I do want to look at this. Hopefully no curling on these. It doesn't look like that card is curled. It looks very, very beautiful.
No, yeah, it looked really great. Speaking of cards in hand, these are the cards that we have seen and have been confirmed for this set. Normally, we would talk about leaks in these videos, but Jake, they've kept a pretty tight ship. There hasn't been a leaky bow in this one so far. We'll say so far. I know we've got, 3 weeks until...
you saying that has sprung a leak somewhere.
Right, yeah. Now it's time to go and find that leak so we can report on it. But these are the ones that have been previewed. We know that we're getting our audience lands, if you want to call it that, the Battle Bond-ish lands.
Yes, originally Battle Bond.
Right. We've got, tapped unless you have 2 or more opponents. We know we've seen Prosh. They also showed us Halana and Elena, these two to represent the partner mechanic. These commanders in and of themselves, not super great. However, they do show off the partner mechanic. We also saw that Singir, we're going to come back here. We also saw Singir the Dark Baron gets his own card as a character. This was a pretty huge thing, Jake. We see Commander Sphere and Command Tower in these full art treatments. Right. We know.
And so just know it's going to be foil extended art in the collector booster. That's going to be where you're going to be able to find that. So if you want that foil extended art Command Tower or that foil extended art Command Sphere, like this is going to be the product that you need to buy. And I'm telling you right now, the boxes are $234.99.
Yep.
Only about $100 more than a regular box of this product. However, if you are, like Joel was talking about, looking for that draft experience, you're going to want to buy a booster box. As, drafting a collector booster, it's probably going to be weird. It's probably not going to be the same kind of experience and not what you're looking for.
Right. We also have a card down here, Keeper of the Accord. It's the last of these new cards. Like I said, we're going to go back up about Prismatic Piper. But Keeper of the Accord, I believe they showed it off to show that they are trying to give white in the color pie some love. I think that was what they're trying to represent here by showing this one off early. So we'll see what else they get in the set. And that brings us to Prismatic Piper. This is an interesting card, and it was kind of controversial until that settled out and everybody really explored the full ramifications of this card existing. Prismatic Piper, you get to choose the color that this card is before the game begins, and it also has partners, so it can be partners with a commander that also has partners. Prismatic Piper is going to smooth out the draft experience. This is what their solution has been. This will replace a common in, I think, 1 in 5, 1 in 6 packs, so that if you get to the end of a draft and you have one color partner or you have no commander at all, Prismatic Piper can represent one color of a legendary commander for you. So I thought that was kind of a stroke of genius, honestly, when I saw this spoiled for the first time, because that was
So
one of the
if you
biggest
are
questions
drafting
I
it,
had.
Make sure to pick up one of those along the way,
Right.
if you aren't sure.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be your way of getting around maybe a wonky draft experience or changing colors in the middle of draft. You know, it's just something to think about. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
The only notable cards as far as prices go on these so far are Mana Confluence Reprint
Battlebond lands,
and Training
yeah.
Center. These lands are each about $15 right now in their pre-sale. Training Center's a little bit more expensive at $20, but then Mana Confluence, here's Training Center at about $20. Mana Confluence is really the one that is interesting so far. This was a rare in Journey into Nyx, okay, and it's a $20 rare. They've upshifted this rarity to Mythic for this set.
I don't understand this upshift. Like, I do get you want the card to be rare, but you're only going to see like 1 or max 2 in a box
Right.
if it's printed at rare. So Mythic, it's just like, it's Wizards knowing it's a desirable card, and they're like, well, this is a good option for a Mythic. It will be very cool to pull the full art version of this that inevitably exists in the collector product. So if you're looking for that, you know, make sure to be sniping those prices as this product is being opened in mass. I would expect this product to be about as exciting and about as desirable as Zendikar Rising. Zendikar Rising boasted fetch lands and expeditions. That pulls a lot of collectors out of the woodwork. This product is going to have commander staples. Most of the cards we haven't even seen. There's probably going to be some spicy reprints. So when we see stuff like Mana Confluence, when we see the Battlebond enemy lands, yeah, these are both going to be equally desirable, in my opinion.
I think that you are right on about they didn't want it to be too rare, and they do know that this is a desirable land in the set. I also think that, you know, for the draft limited experience, maybe they wanted them to be limited to maybe 1 a box instead of, you know, multiple per box, and that's a rare that shows up and there's a lot of fixing in it. I'm assuming there's going to be a lot of fixing in certain colors.
Yeah.
But this is the kind of fixing that, you know, you could play black, white, red and not have to worry about it.
Sure, but like my opinion on this card, and I'm just going to complain about it a little bit before we move on.
A little bit more.
Is that I don't think that this card is a mythic ability on this land.
Of course.
I just think it's clearly a rare ability. This land is expensive, so why not just print it at rare, put more copies into circulation? Clearly it's a card that people need, and the people that do play it are going to need multiple copies, 3 or 4 ofs.
Right.
And then you could take that mythic rarity and make a new commander. Create some cool new creature that can be a commander instead of having a mythic wasted on a Mana Confluence.
Yeah.
Just my thoughts.
Yeah, I can see that. $100 for the Zendikar Expedition version of this. Like Jake said, you know, this is a 4 of in constructed decks in Pioneer. You know, this isn't a card
In
that
Modern,
is
yeah.
wild for Commander because you've got things like City of Brass. You've got multiple versions of this that you can go and
should
get.
City of Brass be mythic? Ask yourself that.
No,
Is
I
City of Brass
understand exactly
seriously
what
a
you're
mythic?
saying.
Yeah.
I think that this mythic is not driven by the ability. I think that this mythic is driven by the limited environment of this and the current state of how reprints look. They don't want to tank this price too far, so they're going to print this at mythic, and it limits the amount of, you know, copies that are put into the mainstream.
I'm on the side that is put more copies into the mainstream.
Yeah,
Anyway,
absolutely. I completely agree. The last thing that we want to talk about here as I pull it back up are the prices of sealed product. So Jake went digging online. I found this, or I was presented this on our Discord, on our Patreon. A patron of ours sent this shop's Finch and Sparrow Games. Shout out to them in Signal Hill, California. These are their pre-order prices. They're selling these Commander Legends Draft booster boxes for $112 pre-order, Commander Collector Booster $225 pre-order, and then the precons, one of each, $35. I think that this price is crazy, especially compared to what you have found.
I mean, pretty comparable, and we're going to see a lot of variance. So this is going to be one of the better deals that I've seen, and you know, I'm sure if a store does enough volume, their margins can be lower as long as they're selling tons and tons of product. But what I've seen on eBay currently as of today, which is October 7th, 2020, the filming of this video, is $134.95 free shipping after tax for a regular booster box, and then $234.99. So not a big difference between Finch and Sparrow and what I found on eBay for the collector booster box. So that's $134.95 for the regular booster box and $234.99 for the collector booster box. That makes sense. Yeah, I would expect as we see more reprints, and if you're still sticking around, we're about to talk to you about reprints and what we think should be in the set, and we want to hear from you what you think should be in the set. As we see more and more of these cards get spoiled, we could see wild fluctuation on this price.
Yeah.
Like if for some reason they do put Cabal Coffers in here, or they decide to reprint, I don't know, something like Imperial Seal, then you could have this product be it'll just go up like $20 or $30 for the sealed product.
Absolutely. I think that you're right that this is a comparable price. These prices are probably pre-shipping. And so if $112 pre-shipping to $135 free shipping is any indication, that is something that will be comparable. So look for prices around that if you're interested in pre-ordering the sealed product before we get to the spoilers on October 26th. That is when previews begin. And how many packs
per box? Did we talk about that? Because that has to be different because there are 20 cards per pack. So these booster boxes are going to be more expensive than a normal booster box, but also it's important to keep in mind that unlike normal booster boxes, which have 36 packs, this is going to have, like a Masters product, 24 packs per box. Again, those packs are going to have 60 cards in them, but these boxes are specifically designed for an 8-person pod so that 8 people can build their 60-card commander deck and have a commander.
That's what we know about Commander Legends so far. Let's close the book. Thanks everybody for watching. The next part of this is we have a few videos planned that are going to drop before that October 26th preview season begins for Commander Legends, and we want to know what you want to see in this product. Let us know down in the comments below, and you might pop up in a future video.
We had Imperial Recruiter printed in Masters 25. We had Grim Tutor that was just reprinted in Core 2021. 2 cards that are both very expensive because of scarcity that now have very reasonable price tags. Will something like Imperial Seal or Cabal Coffers be reprinted in this set? We want to hear from you. Do you think it will? Maybe, maybe not. Something else? Leave it in the comments. I'm tapped out.
Like I said, go down there, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you want to support us further. We've got the Patreon. Link is down in the description below. I'm tapped out as well. We will catch you later.